Hey everybody, welcome to the CBSN Minnesota Morning Update. It's great to have you here on this Wednesday. I'm Jason DeRusha. Hope you're having a good morning. We are on the way to a nearly 40-degree day. Oh man, it's a chance to get out there, take that walk, enjoy nature, have lunch outside with a friend. That's what I'll be doing today. Banh mi's from United Noodles on the agenda as I hang out with my friend Jack around lunchtime today. Looking forward to that. Temperature will be around 34 degrees around the fire. Should be great. This afternoon up to 37, 38. Peaks of sun, and then things start to change, though. Tomorrow morning's commute could be a challenge as we're expecting icy conditions, rain, then snow off and on for the next 2 days. Not a giant dumping of snow, is what meteorologist Riley O'Connor tells us. But we'll have Riley hang out with us during the morning update tomorrow, so we'll be able to really kind of hone in on the forecast for you and let you know how much snow you can expect, when it should be coming, and hopefully that ice won't be too big of a deal tomorrow morning. So you've been warned, at least. You're up to date on that. We wanted to talk about puppies, because don't you feel like you need to talk about puppies? I feel like I need some puppy time. I need some puppy cuddles. So many people adopted pets in 2020. And names of pets, always interesting. One of my favorite stories I did here at CCO, gosh, it had to be 13, 14 years ago, was about the names people give to their pets. I did like a records request and got all of the pet registration for Hennepin County and Ramsey County. Anyway, now we don't need this because there are big companies that, you know, we all send our pet DNA to see, okay, what breed is my mixed breed dog? So here are the girl names that this company saw, the top names for new puppies last year: Luna, Daisy, Bella, Lucy, and Penny. Kind of interesting. People are naming their dogs after humans, aren't they? Luna was actually in the top 15 for baby girls, human baby girls, as well as puppy baby girls. So kind of interesting. Here are the boys' top 5. Ready? Cooper. Cooper is like, I feel like that used to be a dog name, then it became a human name, and now I guess it's a dog name again. Milo, it's a good dog name. Finn, Charlie, and Tucker. So there are the top names. Olive and Oliver were 2 of the top Minnesota names on this list. So we're asking about your pet's name, and we want the story behind it. How did you pick the name for your little kitty or for your puppy? I'd love to hear some funny stories, some sweet stories, whatever you got. Did you name your pet Dr. Anthony Fauci? We'd love to hear it. Leave a comment on the WCCO TV Facebook page. We'll read through some of them in a moment. Our top story today is the security being taken at the Minnesota State Capitol. Governor Tim Walz says he does plan on deploying the Minnesota National Guard today to protect against potential threats to the state capitol ahead of the inauguration, which is just a couple of days away. There are concerns about attacks on all 50 state capitals next week, but an FBI report specifically names Michigan and Minnesota because of recent activity by a far-right group called the Boogaloo Boys. Researchers say the group is anti-establishment, anti-government, wants to incite a second civil war. So the governor says troops will be activated for several days. We're also watching Washington, D.C. In just a few hours, the House expected to start proceedings to impeach President Donald Trump again. This time, the charge that he incited a mob to storm the Capitol. The debate and the introduction of that charge of impeachment will be coming in the next 20 minutes or so. Assuming that the Democrats who control the House do vote to impeach, that would make President Trump the first U.S. president to be impeached twice. The House also did approve a resolution late last night urging Vice President Mike Pence to invoke the 25th Amendment and remove President Trump. Doesn't matter. Vice President said not doing it. Sent a letter to Nancy Pelosi and said the 25th Amendment really is for a medical emergency or some kind of, medical reason why the president would be incapacitated. President did make his first appearance since the violence last week. He said he's not responsible for what happened at the Capitol.
You read my speech, and many people have done it, and I've seen it both in the papers and in the media. on television. It's been analyzed, and people thought that what I said was totally appropriate.
President added that the efforts to impeach him are dividing the country. Still, more top Republicans are voicing support of the effort. The House's third-ranking Republican, Wyoming Congresswoman Liz Cheney, says she agrees with the impeachment. New York Times also reporting that Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is on board with that as well. And so if the Senate Majority Leader on board, who will be the minority leader, but it does make you wonder if more Senate Republicans would vote to convict, which would be different this time around than the first time. More fallout for President Trump after that insurrection at the U.S. Capitol. We learned New York City is going to terminate business contracts with Trump after what happened last week. The Associated Press reporting he'll lose about $17 million a year from a couple ice rinks and a carousel in Central Park, as well as a golf course in the Bronx. YouTube, the latest internet platform to take action against the president. The video sharing site has banned his channel for at least a week. Could extend that. YouTube says a recent video earned what it calls a strike. So YouTube kind of issues strikes if you do things that violate its terms of service. Platform wouldn't say which video it was, what the content was. They only said it incited violence. COVID-19 vaccine, let's update you on that because changes could be coming the way Minnesota distributes. I think most people would say thank goodness, right? Because more people need that vaccine in their arms. And it's been slower, I think, than anybody would have hoped. Federal government now directing states to vaccinate anyone 65 and older, as well as anyone younger than 65 with underlying conditions. So Minnesota has kind of a phased-in plan. And that will be a couple steps ahead of what Minnesota's Department of Health is following. The state says they're working on vaccinating healthcare workers. That's been a little slower than they hoped. And then those in long-term care, that's been slower from the pharmacies who've been running that program. MDH says it does want to see this happening faster, but they say they need to know about how many vaccines will be shipped to the state before it can make adjustments.
We're all of a sudden, with this announcement, potentially adding a couple million people who will expect to be vaccinated. And if we are only getting 60,000 doses a week, that is going to be a real problem.
Department of Health and Human Services says it does plan on releasing the reserve vaccine supply that was being held back to guarantee that people received second doses on time. MDH says it expects to get more details next week. Let's talk about big-time lottery jackpots, Mega Millions up to $750 million. Because nobody won last night. 750 would be the second largest jackpot in Mega Millions history. The biggest, it was a $1.5 million jackpot. $1.5 billion with a B. That was split by two winners. 750, you know what? That's too much money for me. Too much. So maybe I'll buy a Powerball ticket. That jackpot, $550 million and growing. Looks like we know what Aaron Rodgers is going to be doing for part of the offseason. What is guest hosting Jeopardy? Yes, the Packers quarterback will be back on Jeopardy as a guest host. He didn't say when the episode will air. He announced this on this Pat McAfee show yesterday. Rodgers did win a celebrity edition of Jeopardy in 2015. He's always considered that show and the late Alex Trebek special. So kind of cool. Aaron Rodgers getting a shot. Sounds like Katie Couric will be doing some of those. Ken Jennings filling in right now. Debate online. Who do you think should play Lucille Ball? It started when Deadline Hollywood announced that Nicole Kidman is in negotiations to play Lucy in an upcoming movie. Javier Bardem also is a great actor. Both of them great actors. Twitter users say, what about Deborah Messing? Deborah Messing, do you remember Will and Grace when she played Lucy? Someone suggested, see this in the replies, well, maybe she's unavailable. And Deborah tweeted, no, I'm available. I'm ready. I like it. Wouldn't that be nuts? If this is how Deborah Messing got the part, I like it. There's a new piece of art catching some Minnesotans by surprise. This was fun when it first popped up online. Imagine you're like on a hike around Theodore Wirth Park and you see this caveman encapsulated in what appears to be a chunk of ice. Artist Zach Schumack and his team made it for an award show a while back. They decided to place it at Theodore Wirth Park in Minneapolis. The artist not giving the exact location. They want you to kind of explore the park, experience nature as you search for it. But man, it has been a hit.
It's kind of a distraction from normal life, and it was kind of a way that we could do something positive for the community and get people talking about something other than politics.
Artists say Zug Zug has a female companion who is not in Theodore Wirth Park. This was pretty cool. And Lisa Meadows' story on this yesterday. I didn't know there's another art piece out there somewhere. So you've got to search somewhere else in the state to find her. So fun, right? You're out enjoying nature, just the wonder of the beauty of Theodore Wirth Park, and then you see that cool piece of art. Just fantastic. All right, let's talk about pets and pet names. I love the creative pet names that people come up with, and sometimes there are really nice stories behind it. Carla German saying, we chose Daisy for our white pup. My husband thought I named her after the flower. I was actually singing the sour cream jingle. Hey, a dollop of Daisy. Works out well for you, Carla. Thank you. Amanda says she named her dog Samantha after the woman who worked at the Humane Society and helped while we were there. I love that. That's so cool, Amanda. Thank you. Pam Williams says our beagle we named Snickers because the beagle, oh, like tricolor like the candy bar is. That's clever, Pam. A lot of people use kind of food names like mocha, cocoa, just looking at the color, but Snickers is clever. Becca says our dog is named Ajax. That was the name he had at the shelter. We decided just to go with it. It's good. Ajax that's a pretty good name, right? I don't think I've ever heard of a pet named Ajax. I like it. Judy once named my pup Puddles because she loved to jump over puddles. Makes sense, right? Yeah, I like that. It's good. I always like pets that have strangely human names, like Larry. You just, you know, you're calling your pet Larry, and dog comes running in. Pretty great. Thanks for your morning update time. I don't know why I said it like that. Thanks for watching the CBSN Minnesota Morning Update. At this time, whatever, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Thanks for watching, everyone. We will be back tomorrow.